Hello, listeners.
Snuck it
and
on.
welcome to today's show. It's already getting chaotic in here because of Charlie, but it's all good though. It's good to actually be a part of this and everything. So tonight's podcast episode, we are actually doing our Rambo Part 2. And this is actually Rambo Part 2, First Blood. And before I actually get into the review, we are actually going to be doing a giveaway for all 5 Rambo movies. The catch is, though, you guys have to stick around for the whole entire show. You guys can't just zip in and zip out. You guys actually have to tell us why you guys are the biggest fans of Rambo in this trilogy in the comment section. At the end of this episode, we'll go through the comment section, and we'll go on ahead and choose and pick a winner. And what we're going to do is this. You're going to have to go over to our Facebook page, Movie Lovers TV Lovers Unite, and then message us and everything. If we choose you, you're going to have to message us and say, hey, look, I was part of the Rambo review, and I'm the winner. Then after that, I'll give you the code, and then we just part ways, and you just enjoy your Rambo series. So with further ado, let's go on ahead and get on with the show. So this movie opens up 3 years later, and after the events in Hope, Washington, former U.S. Army Green Beret John Rambo receives a visit from his former mission commander and old friend, Cole Sam Tretman, at a rural labor work prison. And basically, he winds up telling him, John, I have a proposition for you to be able to get out of prison. How would you like to go on ahead and go on this covered operation to where basically you get some time taken off of your prison sentence if you do this? So John winds up going into that whole entire deal where he gets the deal, and then he winds up going in this covert operation. And there's also a lot of other stuff that winds up happening in this film, but we're going to go on ahead and get into that in a few minutes. But as far as the opening, I thought it was fantastic just to have it on that opening, whereas 3 years later, John is just minding his own business, trying to do his time in prison. Then here comes his old friend saying, hey, John, you need to go ahead and strap up again because now I need you. So what do you think about the opening scene?
First off, I want to say whoever titles these movies, I don't get why call it Rambo First Blood Part 2? Why not just call it like Rambo 2? Like, you know what I mean? Like, isn't that just like weird? The next one's Rambo First Blood Part 3, right?
No, it's just Rambo 3.
It's just Rambo 3. Then why is there a Part 2? I don't understand that.
Well, then again, and then the fourth one is just Rambo.
It's just Rambo.
Well, I think with this one, the reason why it's called that is because it's actually the sequel to where the first one leaves you hanging. So this is just a continuation of that. It's just happening 3 years later. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense in a way for it to actually be called Rambo First Blood Part 2. And then you can break away from the whole entire
now he's free.
thing.
He's out of jail.
Right. So there's that. So I just thought that it was actually I love this movie. I thought the action sequences were really good. There are some other stuff that I feel like, is a little rushed, but it's the 80s though.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it opens up with him hitting rocks in prison, and then he just stands around. Like the whole beginning, I'm just like, man, he's just standing there really awkwardly. Like his arms are kind of just like hung at his side, and he just has like this glazed look over his face as he's like, all right, you come here with us. He's like, all right.
I mean, the opening, definitely like the opening scene explosion. Talk about 80s action movies for you, where the first opening scene in that mining scene is an explosion. I mean, it's just the dialogue that's so funny. It's like, Rambo, I tried everything to not send you here. Yeah, I know. Did we get the win this time? That's on you.
Right.
But then he has a smile, like right when they said that. Yeah. This time it's on you.
And then
he knows. He's like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm gonna win it because
I'm ready to fuck shit up.
Yeah,
I'm ready to win. It's up to you this time. Explosions.
This time it was personal. He took it personal.
But also too, this is also taking place in Thailand as well. There's basically, and you know what though, this is actually something that I find very interesting. They don't want him to go ahead and shoot or anything like this. This is supposed to be a corporate operation where he's just supposed to take pictures.
They want him to shoot some film.
Yeah. And that's all that he's supposed to do is just take pictures of these POWs and everything to see if they're okay, and that's it. But Charlie, I'm going to let you get into the other part of the plot sequences whenever he arrives at the base.
I thought the opening was funny. It's like, you know how hot it is when they're like, they actually have a soda machine that works, but you don't have to pay money. Where he's like, "Can somebody give me a soda?" And he's just using it just to cool himself off because it's hot as balls there and tight because all the fans running and there's a lot of heat coming off. And then of course you see the first guy's like, "Oh, good to meet you. It's Kreese from the Cobra Kai movies, like Live or Die Kreese." As the one of the guys that it's like, "Man, I was always a big fan of yours." Like one of the henchmen, I think it's Martin Cove, I think is his name.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, Martin Cove. He's suddenly a fan. Every time I see him, I just know he's like Live or Die Kreese. So he's all such a fan. Everybody's like all living up to that. And then the general, Murdoch, he's a piece of shit.
As soon as you see all three, like him and the two mercenaries, they give off like the douchebag vibe immediately. Like, oh, I just hate these guys.
Yeah, I wanted Rambo to beat the shit out of these guys.
Exactly.
They're giving him they're talking about you're like very like if you don't pick up on this, like Sean and I were confused about like how the hell does Contact know his name and where to meet up? So Murdoch mentions it like in a deep breath, like in one sentence.
Yep.
You'll be meeting with Co down there, and that's the end of it. And then we're like, wait, what just happened? And then he's like talking about his military days, which he kind of figured was this white piece of shit. Like, no way.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's lying. And they tell him the mission. Okay, you're only going to shoot film. And then Rambo looks at his buddy and like.
It's like, do I look like Peter Parker to you?
Yeah. Right, exactly. And he's like,
Rambo.
But the look of this face though is like heartbreak because he goes, remember when he gets out of prison and goes, well, are we going to win this time? Well, that's on you. Now it's like this is not what I signed up for.
Yeah.
No, I signed up to kill some bitches, and I want to kill some people.
I'm going to take pictures of them. I think that's why he fell out of the airplane because he wanted to break the camera.
I mean,
oh man, I can't do it.
I mean, and then then it has the awesome montage of him sharpening his knife, shit's
getting the camera ready.
He's like getting the camera ready, shooting it just fine, like he knows exactly what he's doing, like shooting the camera. All right, I'm good to go. And then reloading his gun, his mag. And then him his bow and arrows, and then that awesome snipe.
All that to take pictures.
All that to take some pictures. And you do have a side weapon though. You do have an MP5 with you, but you're not going to need it because you're just going to shoot film. and then right when Rambo is about to get on the plane, he's like, "Remember, sir, when I told you about this? It was wrong," or something like talking about that you're the only one I trust. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, you just knew, like you knew, like that. His friend is over his head, and then of course he gets on the plane, and when he's about to jump out, what do you know? Rambo gets stuck because they're trying to set him up to fail.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Not only that, but the thing that makes me laugh is Rambo sees all this high equipment and goes, "You see all this stuff? This is for you. So I need all that equipment to take pictures."
Yeah.
that would be my question. I'd be like, yeah. So let me get this straight. This is for me to take pictures with. All this technology that you're throwing at me.
Well, right? Don't worry. You're not going to find any POWs. Don't worry about that. You're not going to find any of that. You just need to take pictures. Take pictures of empty locations. How the hell is that going to help you out in the mission? Seriously, you're telling Rambo not to kill somebody is like telling water not to be wet. Of course, Rambo is going to kill somebody. He's Rambo. When the mission needs him to, he's going to blow some shit up.
Exactly. And,
unless it's a town and a sheriff that's a piece of shit from the first one, he's not going to kill anybody. But when you send him into the Taiwanese jungle, he's going to King Shark everybody.
Exactly. But you know what, though? With Erickson, which is played by Martin Cove, you can definitely tell. As soon as he walked, you know what, though? As soon as he walked in, I'm like, nope, I'm not going to go with this douchebags.
He comes up like kiss ass, like, "Nice to meet you." I'm like, dude, are you fucking high or what?
Right? It's good to meet you. You did such great work over at Vietnam and everything. I'm a huge fan of yours. And then you meet the other douchebag, and everything, like you mentioned, Charlie, and everything too, and that's actually Murdoch, and he's just as bad as Erickson.
And then
And
the
you already know
blondie,
that, right?
and then Blondie with the sunglasses, just like sitting there, like like chilling, like I got my knife ready to kill some
Collared
people, but you
shirt.
don't do jack shit. You do all your stuff on the helicopter while Rambo kills all the people on the ground.
Right. But yeah, let's go on ahead and just dive into it where we're talking about whenever he's he winds up falling out of the plane, and then all of a sudden he just happens to land right where Ko is.
He kills
Conveniently where Ko is. There's
He
no
runs a
traveling.
little bit.
Yeah, he manhandles a snake. I mean, that's how badass he is.
Just
He
looks at it.
One hand grabs the snake, stares at it, and then puts it back.
It's like, I'm Rambo.
I mean,
It's like,
Jean-Claude Van Damme just smacks it on the head, and Hard Target, he smacks that on the head. Rambo just grabs it by the neck and just puts it away. like he's going to use it as a weapon later on, which he doesn't.
That would be awesome. Just puts it in a bag. I'll save
Right.
this for later.
That would be awesome though. But then he meets up with Ko, and he goes, and then Ko's like, "Oh, you're Rambo." He goes, "I heard so much about you." And I'm like, what? But although it makes sense, but at the same time it doesn't, because remember the person that's in charge, he said, "I want you to rendezvous with Ko." So it makes sense for her to know who he is. But come on, okay, a guy with a headband, bow and arrows, MP5 gun,
and camera.
with a camera, and also
It looks like a tourist.
Yeah.
Easy, pick them out easily.
I mean, I'm surprised he didn't use the camera as a weapon. I mean, you could have smacked somebody in the face with it.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been hilarious.
Strangled them.
You know, fuck your film. You lied to me. I'm gonna kill somebody with a camera.
Chuck Norris would have done that. Just saying. But that's like the only little small tidbit thing that I have.
The movie's great though. We're nitpicking it.
Right.
Oh yeah. I mean,
and then right. I just feel bad for the Russians, because just about in every 80s movie, it's always the Russians that are doing something to us and everything. Let's see, we got Rocky whenever he fought the Russian. Now we have the Russians and everything, and basically that the other guys are actually teaming up with in this film in Thailand. And there's this pirate boat basically, and then they're supposed to take him across the river. And then he goes, "Well, what happens if we wind up going through some other riffraff?" And then they just Ocelot just goes ahead and slides the right where the RPG is, and shows it, and then Rambo recognizes the symbols and everything else that is actually a Russian weapon.
Yeah.
So
there's two good little lines right there when he was on the boat, traveling to that camp.
Mm-hmm.
You had the line from Rambo: "To survive war, you have to become war." I thought that was a very 80s line. And then he also talked. She said, I forget what she said to him, but then he said, "I'm expendable," and I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's where they got Expendables from," or that's probably what it birthed it. So then, after I heard that, I was thinking, it'd be cool is if Stallone did another Expendables movie where they're looking for John Rambo. So then you have Stallone playing himself in the movie, then also playing himself as Rambo. Wouldn't that be awesome? So then what you got to do is then all the other actors like Jason Statham and stuff, they have to find their other alternate action movie hero. So then there's two of each actor in the movie, and they go around killing shit. Wouldn't that be cool? They get whatever his name is in Transporter. I forget his name. Yes, wouldn't that be cool? That'd be sick.
No, I want Chuck Chilios from the Crank.
Yeah. Crank, yeah.
The Crank version, or his counterpart in Wrath of Man. His character in that'd be even better too. Which is a great movie, by the way. But yeah, I think that'd be funny. I'm expendable, but I think expendable is also kind of a common term in military speak too, so it kind of works too. It's but I'm expendable, but and this is Rambo. I need your help, and then just the conversations, where are you from? Where's Bowie?
What does expendable means?
What is
It
expendable?
means it's like going to a party and
Um,
you're not invited.
Yeah. And then he's like showing her the weapons. Like it's
Oh,
funny that there's a Somalia. They're on a Somalia pirate ship in this one, and then the fourth one, he's burning the shit out of a Somali pirate ship. Like in the fourth one, which I'm excited to talk about that one. That one's my favorite. But this is still a good one. I mean, it's entertaining. The body count is like incredibly high in this one. I think it's between 80 to 90 deaths in this one. I think we're about 85.
You were counting?
I've actually videos.
Yeah, like a little tap.
Well, that's
why.
like I said, how I said this one's so much better than the first one because the first one there's only like 3 people died, so it sucked. Which is the common fate is this movie sucked because only so many people died. This one had a higher one, so it was okay. But yeah, and then is it the Somalia pirates? Is this like okay? They're on a ship. Rambo's picking up on all of this stuff. And then because that's what Rambo does. He picks up on stuff. He got a great attention to detail. Or he's also a sucker for good conversations too.
Detective Rambo.
From if you know John, that's a line from Cobra. So whenever you watch Cobra, that's his lines. Like I'm a sucker for good conversations.
Oh yeah, another thing that I want to mention is this. He goes, I believe in luck. What do you have for luck? And then he shows the knife. He goes, this is my luck.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. Australian.
But
Tim, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of First Blood.
First Blood's good.
Yeah, I love First Blood. I thought it was good.
I know one of them. I don't know. I like this movie too. I thought it was pretty good. Just overall in general. I thought one of them sucked. Maybe it's the third one. I don't remember that.
The third one is the third one is when he's doing the fighting, like the Tabashi fighting one. I think that was the third.
Well, this
one.
is the second one. So
yeah. The fourth one is the one where he.
I remember the fourth one.
That's the one with Rita from Dexter.
Yeah.
Rita's in that one.
But anyway, when they're on that boat, then they finally make it to like I guess the first I guess it's only POW camp. They
yeah. They make it to the POW camp, and not to rescue any prisoners or engage. Right, he's not supposed to engage in them, but him and Co. In the POW are recaptured and returned to the camp. And everything too. Let's see. I have.
They go there the first time. They go there the first time, and he does see the prisoners.
One guy.
Well, I think he sees them in the prison, and then the one guy's like hanging up. So they go to rescue him. And then Rambo missed the perfect opportunity to use his camera, though. He's sneaking in, that prostitute comes in, and then he's under the floorboards, and he's watching them banging from underneath. That would have been an awesome scene if you just hear, put up the camera and you hear, as he's like winding it up.
And then he has to send it over to the douchebags.
Yeah.
So Rambo.
Hey, you wanted some action, right? Here's some action for you.
Yeah. Here you go, buddy.
In a sense, like if Rambo did that, he's the epic cock blocker. But no, it's like, and the funny thing is Co wanted to kill some people. Like she wanted to get in. How do we get in? Do we shoot him, right? And Rambo's like, no. We sneak in. And then he sees, they rescue the guy, and I think Rambo was not going to buy that bullshit of taking the picture with the camera. I thought he did. I don't remember if he did or not with the camera, but he took some pictures. But like Rambo probably didn't give a shit. He wanted to kill some people.
I don't remember ever seeing the camera after he jumped off the
Me either.
plane.
Probably lost the guy.
He just chucked it in the woods. He's like, "Fuck this."
Probably. Hey, it's not my fault. Right. I got hung up. Oh yeah, that was the other way. Kind of like, what took you so long? I got hung up.
But
and then so he's escaping with the guy, and then they go back on the Somali pirate. And what do you know? Betrayal.
Yeah.
Right. She goes, what is going on? They double crossed us.
What do you think?
And then I like how she just calmly says, "Oh."
Yeah.
And then the Russians show up and everything, and then they start trying to take her with them and everything too. And then Rambo just gets these 2 little small knives out and just grabs
that was dope.
the two.
Yeah.
the Russian, and then the other Russian shoots the other Russian that he stabbed.
And he's using the human shield, which in real life never ever works. It's cool in the movies, but there's always a fine line when you're holding up a human shield. The bullets are just going to go right through the guy into you. So it's kind of like you're kind of shooting yourself with your own weapon in a sense. But so yeah, and then he gets a machine gun and starts going shotgun. He gets a shotgun and starts going berserk on those guys. I'm like, I mean that was a satisfying. Hear the sound of the shotgun go off while he's just blasting people.
Yeah.
My question for you, Charlie, is when was the last time you used someone as a human shield? To know that.
I watched the movies and I watched these behind the scenes. Like there's a show that's on I think it was a outdoor channel called Hollywood Weapons, where they actually had a former I think this guy named Terry something, I forgot his last name, but they are actually recreating these sets of these iconic scenes from movies. And they're putting it to the test. And I think he goes to this guy that actually, I think his name, it's been a while since I've seen the show, but he supplies all the weapons that are used on TV and movies. So they've done the iconic scene from Predator with Bill Duke and the big minigun, and they test it on like shooting down the plants and trees and stuff from the Predator. So they've done various movies. And then I'm pretty sure I think they've done the test with the human shield, and it doesn't necessarily work out. And they actually do live tests. With
probably only good for like 1 or 2 bullets, and then
I think so, yeah. Especially on the type of weapon, it's not going to save you in front of an assault rifle or anything like that. But it's a show on Outdoor Channel. It's really cool. It's called Hollywood Weapons. So if anybody is looking for it's like because MythBusters close, so this is kind of a cooler version of MythBusters. But it's a guy that's doing it as a former Green Beret. So, and it's entertaining. He's done so many movies. Exactly, Tim. I'm pretty sure it depends on the caliber.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then everybody's like, and then Rambo, of course, sees the other military ship straight ahead. Well, I think he shoots him an RPG first because, I mean, you got to
start lighting up the boat. The POW and the chick jump off.
Yeah,
and then my third favorite kill in the movie is when he's getting strangled and he just shoves his knife through the roof,
and you see the blood soak into the bamboo straw. And then because after Rambo blows up with the RPG, hence the poster. I mean, Rambo's got to use an RPG. I mean, come on, you didn't give him that pleasure in the first movie, so you got to give it to him now. He shoots the thing, and then the guy strangling him, thinking, "Yeah, I got you. We're both gonna die." And then Rambo stabs him, and then jumps off into the water while it blows up.
And then my favorite line for the whole movie is when he comes out of the water and he's walking to shore, and the girl goes, "You made it, Rambo!" It's like, oh shit!
And Rambo's tired as hell.
You made it, Rambo.
You made it, Rambo. And it's like, yeah, I did. Wow.
I mean, this movie is so iconic because this movie got spoofed in Charlie Sheen's Hot Shots Part Dose, like Part Ducks, which I mean, and they completely make fun of this movie of Rambo going in, and then the whole sequence of like him dealing with the other ship. And then him on top of this, like he's shooting, and then he's getting buried in a bunch of all these bullets and stuff. If you want a really funny spoof movie, Hot Shots Part 2, I think it's got Leslie Nielsen's in it, Charlie Sheen's of course in it, but it makes fun of so much of this Rambo movie. It's definitely a spoof, but yeah.
But what I was gonna say was,
you
can definitely tell Rambo was wore the hell out by the time he got jumping out of that boat. And everything, and she goes, "Rambo, you made it!" And I'm like, "Listen, I'm tired as hell.
You're annoying me."
But then after that winds up happening, it cuts into the whole entire thing where Murdoch, where he reveals that he never intended to save the POWs, explaining that Congress expected Rambo to find nothing. And that even if he did, Murdoch would simply leave him to die to avoid having to deal with the issue any further. And then that's when Tartman also is told to be removed from the mission to keep him from trying to help Rambo on his own.
Just pointed gun at him. Then that gets him to stay put. And while Rambo's killing like a bunch of these soldiers, so
he splits with the girl. Yeah.
Yeah, and Ko's watching from the distance while he's going to the rendezvous point, and Rambo's like plowing through guys like crazy, and the military guys on the top are actually doing some like, yeah, guys, we're mercenaries, so we could do some shit too, and they're not doing it. They kill like maybe like 4 people. I don't know, maybe a couple.
That's about it.
That's about it. Well, Rambo's doing all the act. It's like, and he's
on
like,
top of this hill, gunning them down. Come on, man!
And he's like, he's one hand in the gun, like just a badass. He's like, come on, let's go.
Oh,
and then
come on, let it down, go down.
And then they just him.
Right, and then they just ride off into the sunset and just leave him there, which is totally screwed up and everything.
Yeah. I'm surprised they just didn't shoot him on the hill though. They took him as a prisoner.
I'm actually surprised. At first, I thought Rambo could actually jump on the house, like on the bottom of it.
Because that's later. That's at the end.
Right. But you know what I'm saying, though. It looks like it was like low enough to where he could jump on.
Yeah. But I think he was trying to protect the guy, too. He didn't want the guy getting shot.
Well, he could have jumped on with him.
There's no way Rambo was going to one arm.
To be fair to Charlie, he leaves that motherfucker behind the next time he leaves.
I mean, this is not the Matrix.
He's just straight up.
Keanu Reeves. He can't. He's not going to be able to hold on while holding on to the. Well, he doesn't have a bungee cord on him.
No, the other guy can jump on the other part. On the other one.
The guy's weak. He's been in the POW for years. There's no way he's going to be able to grab. As soon as he grabs, he's going to slip, and we got a cliffhanger situation.
Rambo did a rescue mission, and he didn't bring any rope. You always bring rope.
Yeah.
You and your stupid rope.
That's all I thought about. To be honest. But, you know, that just goes to show you how much of a douchebag that these guys actually are to actually leave someone that's actually a hero. And also, too, he said, you mean to tell me you're going to leave all your men behind? He goes, what men? It's just your man out there.
And he's home.
Right.
Your man's home.
And then at that point, though, Rambo is getting taken in, being held hostage, and then he's
under situation right there.
Right, and then he winds up being captured. That's whenever the Soviets. Oh, hey, Brandy, how you doing? But yeah, that's when the Soviets come in and everything and start torturing him and everything too.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna tell me everything you know and where everybody is being held up at in the base. And he goes, fuck you. And next thing you know, oh, you want to see how tough you are? Okay. So he winds up getting tortured on this electrified fence and everything that they have.
It was also torturing the POW guy with the knife to the eye. I mean, and then to get him to stop talking. That was like that. Like I thought that guy was his eye. That was pretty. I mean, for the '80s, that was pushing it too.
Yeah, they definitely pushed it to the limit on that one. And then, of course, you wind up seeing Ko come in and as a prostitute, and she has. I want to know where the hell she got the damn pearls from. For crying out loud!
Probably she wants to kill people. She probably killed the other prostitute, stole her earrings.
Pretty much. I mean, she was gun crazy. I mean, she definitely wanted to kill some people when they were sneaking in. It's like Rambo's like, no. We're going stealthy, and that's not Rambo. Rambo's usually not stealthy. He's usually one that goes guns blazing. But and the fact that she wanted to go guns blazing and he wanted to go stealthy, yeah.
I like the fact, even though this is an '80s movie, that they gave her a lot to do and everything, because it's normally the dazzle and the distress whenever you look at the '80s type of movies. With this one, you have a woman who's actually is a different race, and she's going in there and everything, and she's just a total badass despite some of the flaws and everything, but she's just a total badass and everything. And then she winds up killing these other two guys who thinks that she's a prostitute just to try and save Rambo. And then
that's how she calls him, Rambo. Where are you going, Rambo?
Rambo, where you going? But yeah, I thought that was actually pretty cool. And then, of course, finally, Rambo winds up getting off of the electric fence thing, then figures out a way to give them almost what they want, but he doesn't. He goes on ahead. They sit him back down on his knees and everything, puts him up to the speaker, and that's when he winds up trying to talk to the douchebag, Murdoch. And I like how they pan in on his face and zoom in, like he's really going to tell them where their location is at. And then he doesn't care about the Soviets. The Soviets is just a small, minor thing in his way. And it's not even the big thing in his way. His big thing is Murdoch. He goes, I'm coming for you, Murdoch. And all of a sudden, this lightning winds up flashing, and then he winds up taking everyone down. That was total badass.
Yeah. It's a great line. It's a great, like, I mean, it's in the, like, for one of the skins in the latest Call of Duty Warzone game, Rambo was one of those skins you could buy. And then you see, like, when you point a location of an enemy, he's like, I'm coming for you. And I think it sounds like Stallone's voice, like, I'm coming.
He did voice it. He did voice Mortal Kombat. I know he did that.
And I think he did Call of Duty too, because there was an 80s action event or whatever. But yeah, and this when you get to play as Rambo running around in like Warzone as a skin or what, like as a player, like avatar or whatever. But yeah, Murdoch, I'm coming for you. And then you just know, uh-oh. And then Murdoch's eyes lit up. I'm like, oh, yeah, you just screwed up. You just screwed up big time.
And this is at the point where Ko and him are running through the jungle, trying to escape from the helicopter that's actually chasing after them with the spotlight and everything.
And left his buddy. They didn't bring the POW guy this time. Left him on the floor.
He's like, I'm trying to get laid at this point.
Yeah, he's like, hey, dude, you're on your own.
He goes, look, she came for me. She came after me. Your little ass didn't do nothing for me. So at least she has something that I can actually use right now. So I'm just gonna go on ahead and I'm gonna get laid. I'll come back for you in a couple of days.
BRB.
Just take a chill pill for a little bit and I'll be right back.
He's looking for some Netflix and chill in the 80s.
It's Ko and chill. But at that point, though, after that winds up happening, they go through the jungle, they survive, and I like the whole entire thing where it's basically where he's running through the jungle, and I'm not sure, is that waterfall fight at that moment, or is that later on?
It's like as soon as they got to that, they're lying low, and he's like, "You're hot, Rambo."
Yeah, let me tell you a hand.
Yeah, here, let me do this. So she's helping him out. And then it's like, Rambo, will you take me to the States? Yeah.
Oh,
and she's like, that's a choice. And they make out. And they make out.
They kiss.
They kiss, but still. And he's like, yeah. And he goes, yeah, I'll take you with you. And she's like, that's a good choice. So she gets up and goes first, and Rambo suddenly forgets something on the ground. What do you know? Ko gets shot. There you go.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I said this before we started. I said, you know what it reminds me of? Those 1930s war films where the hero's about to come home and he wants to have a hot dog and he lives in New York. You see, kids, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get a hot dog and I'm going to have the best damn hot dog that ever had. Did you ever have ballparks over in New York? I'm telling you, they're the best. And then all of a sudden, he's dead. So
yeah, it's just funny that he forgets something because Rambo is usually pretty good, and he should have told her, hey, wait up a sec, because and then so she gets shot, and so it's essentially the soldiers are just cock blockers here. I mean, he's about to get laid, and they kill the girl, and then he goes berserk on them, and she dies in his arms. And then he gives her like a mud burial.
Oh, it's like rocks and then mud.
Rocks and mud or whatever.
All right.
The thing that was confusing me, he was like this with the mud, like he was uncovering her for a minute, and then he decides, oh, I'm gonna go and put some mud on my face.
Yeah.
And he takes her necklace, her lucky charm, which I think doesn't he wear in all the movies from here on out?
Yep. Yeah.
I think
so. That's kind of cool. They got some. Yeah.
I don't know if he wore in the fourth one. I don't remember that one. I'm gonna have to watch that one again to see if he wore that. I definitely know. I think he wore it in the third one.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. That.
Yeah. So and then he did he like blow? No. Did he blow? No. That's later on. But yeah, he takes out all the guys and then he buries her
What was so when he goes into like his murder spree, killing the dudes in the jungle?
That's hilarious.
What happened to there's one guy, he falls and you just hear him screaming and all these vines are just coming and it's Rambo just pulling him in. I was like, what the hell's going
He
on?
shows up like he's hiding in the rocks in the rocks area, and then the guy gets down there. He grabs him, stabs him. This rocks.
There's the one
it's
like
so
he gets
funny.
pulled by vines, and then he just comes out of the rock, stabs him. Yeah, like you said, looks around, and then takes off. I'm like, Jesus.
I mean, it's hysterical. It's just this the quick motion of it, like this him getting that kill was hysterical. I think he did something like that. He didn't kill the guy in First Blood, but he did something like that where he like the guy was screaming and he just took it and just like looked around and then it just hit him and then stabbed him. I don't think he stabbed him in the first one, but definitely in this second one. Seeing him grab the guy with the vines, that was like my favorite kill because it's hysterical. It's just him looking like nobody's around. Okay, I'm good to go. Stab.
And then like the arrows. I guess this must have been an 80s thing, but like the arrows, every time he'd shoot an arrow, it sounded like he was shooting a gun.
Right.
It's like boom, boom. Yeah, I was like, yeah. Like I know in the later ones when he does it, it's more, I guess they focus the sound on the impact.
Yeah.
Not the actual like release of it.
Right.
And then I like the one where he's in the mud when he's like blending in, and then you see his eye move, and then he just gets up and stabs him like this giant mud fiend that stabs him.
Goddamn Clayface.
Yeah. I mean, his murder spree in that portion was like, oh man, you pissed off the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you took away the one thing that you cared about besides killing. I mean, and he's just that murder spree goes on. It's hysterical. And then I think after that, that's when he finds the guy that's like has a worse shooting average than a stormtrooper. Like, it's like, oh, okay, so I guess it's safer for him to be in front of the guy's barrel. And the guy's like, he's shooting and he's missing Rambo, like blatantly he's missing him, and he gets up and runs like he's like kind of looks like a penis, like this like this skinny one. He's like looking at him like he's like shocked, and then Rambo's just sitting there taking his time with the explosive arrow.
That's my second
and
favorite.
Here he is with this little small gun. I don't know what he thought he was going to.
And he's smiling and he's shooting him like, yeah. Wait, what do you mean I'm not hitting him?
It's like,
what do you mean my average is like 3 for 20? What do you mean I'm like a stormtrooper? No, I'm about to die. And then his eyes like whoop.
Yeah. Takes his time, aims, bam, and just explodes on the rock.
Like, I mean, like that whole murder spree was hysterical. Like when, like I said, I agree, Sean. I think him and the rocks, like the sudden killing in the rocks is hysterical. It was so weird, but it's a classic Stallone. It's just like
go.
And then after that winds up happening, then we have the Soviet and Vietnamese soldiers sent after him, even the Vietnamese officer, well, like you said, with an explosive arrow after surviving a barrel bomb dropped by the UCN's helicopter.
Take that one day. And then explosion.
Then of course, right.
The part kind of reminded me, I guess, was it that one when the bomb goes off? It reminded me of then the next one, like maybe that's a Rambo theme where he's running away from an explosion, like a big one.
I think so. It's been a while since I've seen the third one. I don't. Yeah, and well, in the fourth one, he runs away from a nuclear bomb. I mean, that thing was that like I said, that thing is gnarly when he runs from that. But that was a pretty.
Like I'm trying to like I know this is the second one, but like just thinking about 4 and just like certain, I guess. Like, you know, like some movies, like especially series, like let's say like Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, they have the gimmick to where they jump over the fences and stuff. Like, I'm trying to see if I think there's like that in Rambo, but like action scenes that just kind of cross over. That's what I was thinking, like maybe the bomb thing.
At least the first 2, 3, and 4 running from an explosion. That's probably, I think that's it. But in each explosion's different. Like
they're different, but yeah.
Because the fourth one is a lot more grittier, not as campy as the 80s. The second and third one are. The fourth one is completely like graphic, realistic. It's brutal. So it's a whole different take on the Rambos. Yeah, but I think I don't know.
That is something to keep in mind as we're moving forward with these.
Yeah.
Look forward, because I'm curious.
Then of course, this is also too when Rambo climbs on board and throws the Yususan out of the cabin to his death. The pilot is forced out at gunpoint, which I don't.
I think he just jumps. He's like, "Fuck it."
Yeah, I just politely put that in my notes. Held at gunpoint, but I'm like,
did he say get out?
No, I said pilot. I just put pilot jumps out killing himself. He was like, "Not going out with my Rambo."
He's like, "Fuck this."
I mean, that brute went out like a bitch because the Rambo be like right. He was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna shove you here. I'm just gonna keep pushing you," and then Rambo just kicks him out. And I'm like, "Come on, man! Like that's what you need to fight on lower ground. Don't give Rambo any chances because Rambo will kick your ass."
Then that's when Rambo goes back over to the POW camp.
That's when my favorite kill happens. Right when he enters the camp, there's that one guy on the bridge just being lookout. He's like, then RPG, boom! Shit. He's having a bad day.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't this was this after or before when Rambo like tricks the guards to come into the tall grass and he lights it all on fire and all of them burning.
He uses the chicken blood.
Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. That's later on. It's like the other funny.
That's when he gets into the POW camp.
Okay, yeah. Because the other funny gimmick that they did in Hot Shots Part Dokes is Rambo. The Charlie Sheen's character runs out of arrows, so he finds a chicken and he makes the chicken the giant arrow just to shoot at somebody. Yeah. So
no chickens were harmed during the making of Rambo 2: First Blood.
Maybe dogs, though. Some of those dogs look legitimately scared when they're running from those helicopters.
Yeah, I mean, he's all pissed off. Like he's already in warpath mode. And, like he's blown stuff up. People are like, "Oh, get him!"
Yeah.
And then when he lands the thing and he finally takes the iconic the M60 light machine gun from the helicopter. So he actually gets to use it on other people, not just buildings like in the First Blood part. First Blood, he actually gets to use it on like people that deserve it, and he's just going crazy with it, like one arming that gun, like while the bullets are turning in. I mean, it's manly.
And then at that point, that's also too when he winds up going to the prison camp and wipes out the rest of the enemy forces. And then of course, he winds up saving his buddy again.
And the other guys.
And the other guys.
One of them got shot in the back because Rambo didn't double tap the guy.
He survived though, I think.
And then after that, they wind up going back into the helicopter again. And then there's this other guy in this other helicopter chasing after them.
The other Russian.
Yeah, the other Russian chasing after them and everything. And then, that's when they wind up basically he thought that he actually struck Rambo down with the rockets.
Yeah, I don't know how a helicopter disappears that fast.
Yeah.
There's like one big explosion. That dude couldn't shoot for shit either with the helicopter.
No. He was rushing for a bruising.
Oh my god. But let me just say this. Those Russian accents did not sound like Russian because Russian is supposed to be like vodka. It's supposed to be like something like that. And
it could have got Dolph Lundgren to be the Russian villain in that one. And that would have probably been a little bit better as an actor for the Russian guy.
Right.
I would end you.
But yeah,
go ahead. Sorry.
No. Go on ahead.
Then Rambo sees the sun, the one piece of like window that's got a perfectly shaped glass with for him to wake up with a rocket launcher and blow it up. I mean, come on, you guys like, oh, the helicopter's down. Let's get close. Hello, like, come on. Rambo outsmart them on that one.
Not only that, but there would have been blood. There would have been a lot more decay on Rambo than just him just laying there like, and then all of a sudden he just wakes up and then just shoots the RPG at him. And then at this point, though, too, as he returns back to base at the BOWs, Rambo, after using the helicopter's machine gun to destroy Murdoch's office, which I loved.
And him screaming,
"Whoa!" Yeah,
I think before then he sucker punches Martin Cove in the nose.
Yeah.
I do like as he grabs the gun and straps the bullets and just takes off into base.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone doesn't give a shit. They're just like Rambo.
Yeah. Like I mean, after
Nobody ever checks.
they welcome
They don't look twice.
You know what though? No one ever checks out his commander in chief and be like, "Yo, your boy is doing something."
You okay?
It's just
He's fine. He's home. He's fine. He's home.
I think I love the sequence when he goes. I was like, after the Martin Cove character's like, "Welcome, like we missed you, buddy," and then like he just sucker punches him in the nose. Is that why he has the nose in Karate Kid? Because I think he got demoted from this job to go to work at the Cobra Kai dojo, because that seems to be what happened. Like that's why his nose is so big, because Rambo sucker punched him in this movie. So he got demoted to being the coach in the Cobra Kai dojo. And then him going ballistic in the office, and you hear Murdoch like,
yeah,
oh shit,
he's a pussy.
Yep.
He's just hiding in his office the whole entire time, and then Rambo comes over to him, and he gets his knife out, puts Murdoch's head on the desk, and then you think he's going to go in for the kill, but he doesn't. This also reminds
accomplished.
Now kiss my ass.
Well, and he also told him, like, you know where all these POWs are. You're going to find them. You're going to continue the mission. You will find them. If not, I'm coming back. Like he threatens and like
on the camera.
Yeah, he should have smashed his face with the camera. He's like, you know what? Fuck your camera. Go find get off your lazy ass and do something and find it. And then we get the Rambo monologue, which should have won him an Oscar.
Well, yeah. Go ahead. I know that you know that quote probably.
I don't know at all. It's like as they say, you go ahead, John, before I'll go into that.
No. I thought you knew it. I don't.
I think it's something along the lines of like, no, you know what all these people want. Like, was like, where are you gonna go, John? I don't know. Like that is like, you're freedom. Like you want all. I want freedom. Look at all these guys right here. So they're free. That's
yeah. Okay, this is what he says. Rambo responds by saying this, and I have the quote, that he only wants his country to love its soldiers as much as its soldiers love it. Drummond asked Rambo, this is like ending the Super Bowl, basically. Asked Rambo how he will live now, to which Rambo terroristically says, day by day.
He's like, their freedom right there, that's what I want. I'm like, Oscar, like Sean, like that my conspiracy theory. He should have won an Oscar right for that monologue.
Come on.
Just kidding. I just wanted to see what your reaction was.
Now here's the thing, Charlie. I agree with you in the first one. The second one, no.
Hey, I didn't think the first one didn't deserve to win Oscars anyway. I mean, Stallone got snubbed anyway. And that's for another.
Over the Top was an Oscar-winning performance.
I didn't see that one. So
you didn't see that one? About arm wrestling.
Yeah,
Creed. He should have won it for Creed. Simple as that. The Oscars, you know what? Like we gave you your maybe. You know, screw you. I'm like, Rambo's like, I'm coming for you. He should have just said that to the Oscars. Like, yeah, you messed up, like Murdoch. But and then he walks off. And that's how the movie ends.
And then cue the awesome 80s love ballad.
Yeah.
After Co dies, of course. Where he doesn't even get none.
No. I'm like, you're killing everything that he loves. What the hell? You know, and it's like you're like I mean, come on, give Rambo a break. He's put his country on his back. And he's like, and he's kicked some ass, and yet you're treating him like shit. Like, come on. Oh. The song's so funny about "You're All Alone" or whatever, the theme song of Rambo. If in the South Park video games, if you die, they play that song. So low when you're all alone. They play the Rambo theme song. They play that when your character dies in the game. It's so funny.
Well, it's like I think all the movies they have like that 80s freeze frame, except for I think one of them has him walking for like 5 minutes.
The fourth one.
Yeah, he's like walking somewhere.
When he goes to when he goes back to his horse, and then he gets like and it was like something like I think it was like R Rambo, and I was like, what is that? His dad, Randy Rambo?
Randy Rambo.
Coming soon to a theater near you. Watch
I mean, that was the long
Mix.
that was the long walk to the back to his house. It was in the fourth one. I remember that one. But
Dude, that would be awesome if they would do that.
Introducing Randy Rambo.
Then you have like this little guy with a bandana. Dad, are we gonna go kill some squirrels today? Here's a bow, son. Let's get practicing.
Hey, Dad, are we gonna go ahead and practice on some bows? Yes, we are.
You have to practice on you first.
Hey, Mr. Gostin, guess what? I get to practice with Randy Rambo.
Rambo.
Like I really wanted Rambo to say at some point, like, "Come on, get to the chopper, let's go, get to the chopper,
get to the chopper." But no. God. All right. So, this has been a fun review.
It's only gonna get more fun as we progress.
Like, I know we made fun of it, but just like as an 80s action movie, I thought it was really good. Like, I thought the pacing was really good. Like, it moved. Mm-hmm. You had corny dialogue, but that's kind of expected in these.
I mean,
exactly.
It's great. I mean, we're just nitpicking it because we're just being funny. But this is a great one. Like, and then they just get better and better. Like they're like the next one's pretty campy, like this one. And then it gets a little bit more serious with the fourth one because there's some pretty it's gruesome. But this one's kind of campy, so it's kind of funny in it because it's like, Rambo, where are we going, Rambo? Where'd you get that knife, Rambo?
Oh, Rambo, your heart. Let me help you.
It's broken.
And your favorite scene, though, Sean, you're okay.
Yeah, dude, I was legitimately just laughing out loud.
I mean, I think in the third one too, like they don't have a girl like that. They have a guy version where he's like, getting it's like, what's that? Like, I was like, what's that do? It's a detonator. What's it do? It blows up. Like, he's just, and he's like, it's like, the little kind of light that we like the night light stuff or the green, like the highlighter stuff, like where you break it and like the light is like, what's it do? It's blue light. What's it do? It turns blue. I mean, and also the next one briefly has like the Red Foreman, Kurtwood Smith is briefly in it, and he didn't put any foot in asses, but he shows up because he always plays this government figures like this randomly in the side. He's so typecast as that, but yeah.
Another thing I want to mention, and it's something that Sean brought up with the necklace and stuff like that, with the that you were asking about.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I like about these Rambo movies is the fact that there's continuity within them. Because, for example, when Rambo in the first one gets injured, and here's the thing, in the second film, it actually shows the scars from the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
You actually see something.
Oh yeah, the back. Yeah.
Yeah, you actually see what the damage that the police officer's done to him and everything. You can see the scars that's still on his body from the first movie. So each time when he has a battle scar, it actually carries in through the next film.
Yeah, so he does have the necklace in this one, and the cover. It's briefly like right there. Yeah, so obviously I think it's that same necklace. I didn't pick up on that, but and then in the cover of the fourth one, I don't think he has that necklace. I think he has like
no, it's still there.
In the fourth one?
Yeah, because I watched it. I watched the fourth one and everything. The necklace is there.
I think the thing that he has around his wrist is that there's the cross that the Julie Benz character gives him. So it's not that necklace, but it's.
I don't see it on the Last Blood poster, but his neck is so huge. I can't imagine him even wearing a necklace.
No. Okay, I just snort. But anyways, that's like I'm gonna go on ahead and just give my final thoughts on it, and then we'll close out. But I thought the pacing is fine. It's cheesy dialogue. It's everything you want in a 80s action movie. This movie came out in 1985, the year I was born. So this movie's 36 years old, and it's it still holds up, to be honest with you. And does it have cheesy? Yes. Was it kind of comical? Yeah, in a sense, but it's fun. It's just one of those fun popcorn-filled times that you would actually go into the theaters to just pop some popcorn in your mouth, have a good time, watch Rambo kick some ass, and
it's executive produced by James Cameron.
No, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I didn't pick up on that, but yeah, I believe James Cameron's an executive producer on this one.
Oh, cool.
And I think the director George P. Cosmatos, he's the guy that did Cobra. So I think he did either Cobra before or after this one, which is a great Stallone movie, by the way. But yeah, this movie, like I said, this is great. I mean, I watched the quality on a 4K TV. I mean, you can definitely tell they definitely like worked on it, so you can definitely see a little bit improved visuals a little bit. So I mean, I definitely can tell the difference. But 36 years later, it absolutely still holds up. It's awesome.
Do you think like the corny dialogue and stuff, like if you were like prime age to watching this, like right when it came out, you saw it in theaters, coming out, would you just think that's normal dialogue, or would you like? Okay, I was just curious.
Oh, sorry.
I was just curious, like especially like I don't know, like you watch some stuff, and I don't know. I understand, like even growing up, you'll watch stuff when you were a kid, but to me, a kid watching as a kid and an adult, you just don't pick up on things because your mind is not like how it is now. But as an adult watching Rambo at that age, and then like 30 years later, so let's say you watched it when you were 30, right, in theaters, and now you're 60, would you still be like, yeah, the dialogue was kind of corny, or were you just like, nah, I didn't see it that way?
Here's the thing. You can actually, I was also, just because I was born in 85, I was also a kid of the 90s and everything. And there's a lot of cheesy dialogue coming out of the 90s stuff.
Yeah.
Everything too. So I could, that's understandable for them. But I'm talking about other movies outside of Stallone and Arnie. And
I wonder if you just wouldn't be as judgmental to it. Because like growing up, I watched Trimmers, Critters, and Gremlins like religiously.
Me too.
And I'm pretty sure Trimmers probably had corny dialogue, but watching it, I don't pick up on that. But watching, like, I know like the newer ones that came out, whatever, not the newest one where they're on an island, but there's one before that. I literally watched 5 minutes of it, and I was like, this dialogue is so shit. I just turned it off. Like, I just couldn't do it. But
I've been there myself, to be honest with you, watching old 90s movies and stuff. And
but that was like a newer one. Like the older ones, I watch probably at least once a year.
Okay.
More. I love Trimmers 1 and 2. 3's pretty good.
Those are great. Yeah.
I haven't seen anything really like after that. Just bits and pieces.
I mean, it's because of Rambo. That's why, like, because they have the Stallone and Schwarzenegger. They're coming out one way, and then Schwarzenegger had Commando, which is kind of like a Rambo version of that. Is this Schwarzenegger taking out an entire army and him having one-liners like crazy in Commando? I don't think there was as many one-liners in this one. But the lines of Commando were like, "Come on, Bennett, let's party." Or like you don't want to like limit yourself some pleasure. You want to stick that knife in me. Come on, Bennett, let's party. Or I remember Sully when I promised to kill you last. I lied. It's just that there's funny one-liners between like that one because Cobra Commando is another great 80. I think that was 80s. I think.
Yeah, it's 80s.
I mean, that's a great Schwarzenegger movie. That's kind of like Rambo. His name is John Matrix, not John Rambo. John Matrix, and his colonel kind of looks like the guy from the Rambo movies, Troutman. I mean, he kind of looks really similar. Like his name is General Kirby. Like, I mean, it's just like, I mean, it's kind of like their own version of Rambo, but they're still great movies. Like seeing Schwarzenegger go ballistic on an entire army. Like, I mean, this is guilty pleasure stuff. And this is awesome.
All right. So here's the thing. None of you guys commented. None of you guys stayed in the group. So guess who the winner is for tonight? Me. So I'm the winner of my own digital code for right now. So guess what? We're going to try this again on Rambo 3. And we are going to go on ahead and do this again. And I want to do something special for you guys. I want to give away this digital code for all 5 Rambo movies and everything. All you have to do is comment in the comment section over there and tell us why you're the biggest fan of Rambo, and you get all 5 Rambo movies for free.
Maybe you should do like tweets too. They tweet at us.
Yeah. I've actually done that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to use some more inside information on how to get this ball rolling a little bit.
I think Tim owns all of them, so I think he probably.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure Tim owns all of them. Like I know
Probably
I
so.
all. So,
Right.
but yeah,
So-
so like I said, we'll have to do this for round 3, Rambo 3. Some tells me it's not going to happen until at least the last one.
Right, that's what I'm getting at too. But hey, it's all good. I'll just keep this code on with me a little bit until everybody's ready for all 5 Rambo movies. So, with that being said, if you guys want to, you guys don't have to. But if you want to show us some love over here at Movie Lovers Tonight, what do? Just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell us what you think of Rambo First Blood Part 2 in the comment section below. Also, too, if you want to get an audio-only podcast episode of this episode and many more of what we do, you can get that at wherever you guys get your podcast from. Also, too, if you want to donate to the page and show us some love right there, donate maybe $5 to $10 just to show us some love. Just go on ahead, go to Movie Lovers, go to the GoFundMe page at gofundme.com/Movie Lovers Podcast. Then, of course, you guys can go on ahead, head over to Facebook at Movie Lovers TV Lovers Night over there underneath the same brand name, on Instagram, and also too on Pinterest as well. Then if you're a sponsor and would like to sponsor us, all you have to do is just go ahead, email me at moviesloversunite@gmail.com. And then you can also follow me at Movie Lovers Unit on Twitter and underneath the same name on Stereo as well, because we also do some stereo shows from time to time. And then, of course, we're going to be back again tomorrow night to do Too Fast, Too Furious, the sequel to the Fast and the Furious franchise. And that's going to be at 8:30 Central Time, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific Time for that. And that's everywhere that you guys need to know where to reach me at and everything. I hope that you guys enjoyed this review of Rambo First Blood Part 2. Coming soon, Rambo 3. Yeah. So go on ahead, hit that like button, hit that share button, and always until next time, guys, it's been real, it's been fun. I can't wait to do this again, and bye-bye.
See ya.